I'm sure that is not what Jesus said at all. But that's what Nikki K thinks this conversation should have been like. Okay? I want everybody to know. Das Bible does not say any of that. Me, Nikki K, I said all of that. Because that's how this conversation should have went. It would have been way more fun. Oh my God, I hate this. I hate it so bad. I hate it so bad. It is the worst. I'm literally going loony right now.
Hi. These people are so gross. I hate these people. They're the worst. Man, I want to change it.
Welcome to my humble stage cave. Yeah, there's enough room. It doesn't look like it. There is, though. Don't worry. Also, today is a day that I am not ready for and totally can't wait for. All at the same time. I'm going to lose my mind and then get so fucking happy. It's going to be so great. But I am not mature enough to discuss the topic of today, which is why I said, join me as I lose my mind, because this is going to be really hard for me, because there's a lot of things that could have went different, that should have went different, that make me lose my fucking mind, because I don't understand how a man with that much power can get scared by some fat rat snakes with cockroach legs. I totally don't get it. But anyway, we're not there yet. So, hi cousin, hi everyone, welcome. Press like and subscribe and chat in the chat. I would love to interact with you. And also, tell me what you think about this these terrible ass God people unsubscribing God from God's own YouTube. I totally don't understand, and it highly offends me. So anyway, let me know what you think. Let me know where you're coming in from, what you're drinking, and what you're smoking. I am smoking some animal cookies and basic cigarettes, and I am drinking water out of my Johnny Depp mega pint. Did you ever think you would see that? Usually there's coffee in this thing, but it turns out coffee might be what's making me sick. Yeah, it's a real problem for me that I can't drink coffee, but I guess it's better than what was happening. So anyway, what are you drinking and smoking, cousin? And do you think your mom's going to show up? I invited so many people because I want so many people to hear Jesus's pain. Hi, Willow. Yeah, you know, look, I know this sounds wonderful, you being up here, but everyone say hi to Willow. Say, say bye, baby. Okay. Anyway, well, okay. Um, So I guess let me tell you what we're doing in the first place. Before I start ruining the story, before we even get to it, we read this great ass book. It's called God Said, because God did not say that shit. And we are on book 2 of God Said What? It's called Jesus Who. Yeah, that's what we're reading. A book called Jesus Who. And I am going to tell you who is Jesus, because we are following him on his shit talking tour, and we just got over the finale, his final concert as tour, and um, now we're getting to the stupid part. As a matter of fact, this whole evening is going to be nothing but stupid shit, and then it's going to be some cool shit. But for a long while, it's going to be some terrible shit, and I'm going to do my best to ad lib because I don't even want to say these things. It is highly effective. This book is terrible. So we are on Matthew 28. So let me get my Devon Dudley sunglasses off and join y'all at this party. Okay, well, those, you know what you can do? You can sit and spin right there. Okay. Coffee because I'm getting home. Oh, it's going to be a good time. Yeah, have a good time, Ricky. Okay, so we're on Matthew 28. No, it's Matthew. Okay, we're in chapter 27. There's only 28 chapters. So we got one more chapter left. Are y'all as prepared as I am? Because I'm not prepared and I'm highly immature. So let's do the thing. Okay. Mathew chapter 27. Action. Now, when morning had come, all the chief priests and the elders of these terrible ass people took counsel against Jesus to put him to death. And they bound him and led him away and delivered him up to Pilate, the governor. Then, when Judas saw that he had been condemned, he felt tremors and returned the 30 pieces of silver to the chief priests and elders. And they say, hold on, we're going to read it, and then I'm going to tell you what they said. Then I'm going to tell you why it's stupid. And then I'm going to tell you more of the story. Anyway. So he went and tried to give it back, saying, I have sinned by betraying an innocent man. But they said, what is that to do with us? See that to yourselves. And he threw the pieces of silver into the sanctuary and departed and went away and deleted himself from God's YouTube. And the chief priest took the silver and said, it is not lawful to put them in the temple treasury, since it is the price of blood. How would they know that? Look, over here, they said, what does that have to do with us? We don't know nothing about it. But then up here, they're like, well, that was the bounty, and we paid the bounty, and we know this is tainted money. But before that, they said they eat it. I hate these people. I'm going to nitpick. I'm going to nitpick because I hate these people. I hate these people. They confuse their own words in the same fucking sentence. I'm going to nitpick. I'm going to stop nitpicking. And the chief priest took the pieces of silver and said, it is not lawful to put them in the temple, since it is the price of blood. How does he know that? I thought he didn't know that. These motherfuckers. Okay. And they counseled together, and with the money, they bought the potter's field and a burial place for strangers. For this reason, the field is called Field of Blood to this day. Then that which was spoken through Jeremiah the prophet was fulfilled, saying, and they took the 30 pieces of silver, the price of the one's price who had been set by the sons of the by these fucking terrible ass God people. I hate these people. I'm going to nitpick so bad. I hate these people. I hate this. I hate this story. I hate this story. And I want to get through it, but then I'm sitting here nitpicking. It's a real problem that I am having right now. I need Firefly. I need Miss Muddy. I need the yellow chair. I need things. And they gave them for the potter's field as the Lord directed me. Now, Jesus stood before the governor, and the governor questioned him, saying, are you the king of Judah? And Jesus said, hey, Firefly, I was just literally talking about you. Literally just talking about you. I literally said your name just a second ago. You were the first. It was you, Miss Muddy, and then the yellow chair. Just, yep. Okay. Okay. So Pilate was like, are you king of these terrible ass God people? And Jesus was like, again, you guys keep saying these things. I don't even have to say nothing because y'all already know it, right? Yeah. So, like, you said it, man. Like, do I got to confirm what you already know? Let's get this over with. For Nikki K's sake, let's get this over with, Pilate. And Pilate was like, Jesus, for Nikki. And while he was being accused by these terrible ass God people, he made no answer. Then Pilate was like, yo, you need some burn cream. You need the burn word, bro. Like, aren't you going to have, like, your mom is so fat, she sat on a dollar bill and left 4/4 flat. Your mom lives in a 2-story Dorito bag. Like, don't you have some kind of retort? Because these people are totally fucking crazy, yo. Listen. Tell him this one. Your mommy's got a glass titty with a screw-on nipple. What? Say that. Like, I'll say it. I'll be your advocate, except for no, I won't because I'm Das Governor. But, you could say that and then be like, booyah, you got served. Things can happen. Like, you could stand up for yourself. Young man, something, 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 stand up for yourself. Young man, something. It goes something like that. Yeah. And you could do it. And Jesus was like, plead the fifth, drink the fifth. Yeah. Yeah. Ricky, you have no idea. Just wait. Just wait. It gets so much better. And then Pilate was like, man, this is bad. And Jesus was like, plead the fifth, drink the fifth. Listen, pour one out for the homies, yo. Listen, I don't know what's happening, but we need to make it happen. Chop, chop. I mean, I've been speeding up my demise this whole time. So, you guys say what you got to say, and then we'll do the pain thing. But really, let's just do this. So Jesus was like, plead the fifth, drink the fifth. Now, at the feast, the governor was accustomed to release for the multitude any one prisoner who they wanted. Again, I've said, these people will hurt their own people for no fucking reason. I hate these people. Anyway, now, okay. And they were holding at that time a notorious prisoner called Barnabas. It's Bar Jesus is his name, Bar Jesus. But this says Barabbas. When, therefore, they were gathered together, Pilate said to them, who do you want me to release to you? Barabbas or Jesus, who is called Le Christ? And he knew that because of envy, they had delivered him up. And while he was sitting on the judgment seat, he traded Jesus out for this guy they called a twin. And then they let Jesus go. The end. I'm just kidding. That's not how that goes. God damn it, should have, though. Fuck. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. Oh, my heart hurts so bad. Hey, Dubs. You missed the fun part. Anyway, none of that happened. Jesus was not traded out for the twin, and Pilate did not save Jesus, although he could have. Because, like, these terrible ass God people would know the difference. They're bloodthirsty monsters since the Old Testament. So, these rat snakes with cockroach legs wouldn't even notice that Pilate switched Jesus out because they're not worried about that. They're just worried about having blood. Don't know that to be true. I know that from the evidence of Das Bible. That's the only evidence I have. Oh, and, the shit Q dug up. I know that also. But we're not there yet. Well, no, we're definitely there in real life, but we're not there in Das Bible. Anyway. So Pilate was like, Barabbas or La Christ. And he knew because of envy, they wouldn't, they were not. And while he was sitting in the judgment seat, his wife sent to him saying, have nothing to do with that righteous man. For last night I suffered greatly in a dream because of him. See, Pilate could have let Jesus go. There's a man called the twin. And he was supposed to be the twin of Jesus to look just like Jesus. So they could have switched out. And they should have. And a bloody face, you can't see through a bloody face. Everybody looks the same, all bloodied up in their face. Pilate could have saved Jesus. I will believe that until the day I die. Pilate could have saved Jesus. And there's people that say he did. I have yet to see proof of that. Das Bible said he died. And that's that. I don't know. But Pilate could have saved Jesus. Okay. But these terrible ass God people persuaded the multitude to cause harm to themselves because they really don't give a fuck. They don't want nothing good to happen to these people. So they saved Barabbas instead. And the governor was like, what do you want? And then they get the crowd all worked up. Like, we want to crucify him. Yeah. because we're so bloodthirsty. We want to dance in his guts. Yeah. Because these people are fucking sick. These people are sick. Okay. They're going to go dance in the blood of Jesus because that's the thing that we do. Yeah, we have a good time. These people. I can't. Well, you know what? They're about to play Barbie Girl with Jesus. So maybe we could just read they're about to play Barbie Girl with Jesus. And be like, I'm a Barbie girl. And then Jesus is like, in a Barbie world. You know, they do that. I hate these people. Okay. Okay. And they were like, yeah, crucify him. And then Pilate was like, yeah, but he didn't do nothing. But they kept shouting, crucify. Yeah. Because that's a thing. But okay. When Pilate saw that he was accomplishing nothing, he switched Jesus out with the twin and sent Jesus over to America. And then that's why the Mormons are right. Oh, that's not what that says. I'm sorry, I was daydreaming. That's not what that says. Pilate says he sent Jesus to be beat up for no reason. And this is when they decide to play Barbie Girl with Jesus. They should have also given him fellatio while they were down there. You know, just trim it up real nice and then suck on it real hard. I hate these people. I hate this. Yeah, I want to dance with somebody. I want to feel the heat with somebody. Yeah, I want to dance with somebody who loves me. Yeah, that is so much better. Hi, Neil. Because two people quit watching. Okay. Uh, he had, oh, yeah, okay. And when Pilate saw he was accomplishing nothing, but rather that a riot was starting, he took water and washed his hand in front of the multitude, saying, I am innocent of this man's blood. See to that yourselves. And the people answered and said, his blood be on us and on our children. And it still should be. This is why nobody should like these people. They admitted to hurting Jesus. They're like, we did this. We fucking did this to these people. We did this to Jesus because he was doing good for our people. And we couldn't do good for our people because we're fucking bloodthirsty rat snakes with cockroach legs. These people are fucking terrible. I hate this book. I hate this book. And now I see why that dude always used his fist. I would be pissed too. They killed Jesus. I'd be fucking mad as hell. As a matter of fact, I am mad as hell. Just, it's prolonging the agony. Okay. Then he released Barabbas, and after having Jesus beat up, he delivered him to be unsubscribed from God's YouTube. Then soldiers of the governor took Jesus into the praetorium and gathered the whole Roman cohort around him. And then they started singing, I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. And they was undressing Jesus and they were taking pictures with Jesus. It was a whole thing. They were live streaming. It was a whole thing. And everybody was watching. It got like 200,000 million likes and not very many dislikes. But it should have got all dislikes, but it didn't. A lot of people liked it. It was a thing. I don't know if they liked it because, you know, hey, it's Jesus. This is bullshit. And continued watching, but liked it anyway because they were watching it. Maybe that's what it is. But either way it goes, they were playing Barbie Girl with Jesus and live streaming it. Okay. And then they kneeled down before him, saying, Hail, King of Eden! And they spat on him and took a reed and began to beat him on the head. Look, that's no joke. I got curb stomped. I was kicked in the head a lot. It was some shit. And like, luckily, thank God it was in dirt. Huh. You know what I mean? It's like, yay, I win. But Jesus did not win. They beat up his head. What'd I do, Ricky? Okay. And after they had mocked him. They played Barbie Girls some more. And then, while they were live streaming this, they took him away to delete him from his dad's YouTube. And as they were coming out, they found a man of Kyrene named Simon, who they pressed into the servant service. They made this guy carry Jesus' cross. So when they're like, Jesus carried his cross, no, this guy from Kyrene did. Simon. This guy, Simon, carried Jesus' cross. And when they had come to a place called Golgotha, which means place of the skull, they gave him wine to drink, mingled with gall. And after tasting it, he was unwilling to drink. Yeah, I doubt that was true because Jesus said he wasn't going to drink it no more until he was in heaven. So I don't know if that part's true. And when they had crucified him, they divided up his garments among themselves, casting lots. And sitting down, they began to keep watch over him there. And they put above the charge against him, which read, "This is Jesus, King of the Juden." At that time, 2 robbers were crucified with him, one on the right and one on the left. And those passing by were hurling abuse at him, wagging their heads, saying, You were going to destroy the temple in 3 days and rebuild it. Save yourself. We're waiting for you to come down off that cross like the Tool song. They need the space to nail the next fool on. Come off your fucking cross. Those are Tool lyrics. Yeah, that's what they told Jesus. And Jesus didn't say shit. He was like, drink a fifth, plead the fifth. It was like a whole thing. In the same way, the chief priest, also along with all the elders of these terrible ass God people, are saying, he saved others. Why can't he save himself? Well, if you're admitting that he saved others, why is he being crucified then? He saved others, but he cannot save himself. They're admitting that he was doing that. See, none of it, even his enemies will say he didn't do the things he did. I hate these fucking people. I hate these people. He trusts in God. Let him deliver him now, if he takes pleasure in him. For he said, I am the Son of God. No, I'm pretty sure Peter did, but okay. And the robbers also, who had been deleted from God's YouTube with him, were casting the same insult at him. Yeah, but the other book, it says one of them didn't. Okay. Now, in the 6th hour, darkness fell on all the land until the 9th hour. All right, people say that the Das Bible, the lady that had this before, said this is noon to 3. And about the 9th hour, Jesus cried out in a loud voice, saying, "Eo, Eo, lama sabachthani." That is, my God, why has thou forsaken me? Hey, that's the System of a Down. And the son of those who were and some of those who were standing there when they heard it began saying, this man is calling for Elijah. No, he was calling for God. Are they calling God Elijah? They call Paul a prophet, and now Elijah is God. I don't think that's a thing. Why would they say that? See, these people don't even believe in God. They're literally calling Elijah God. If Ea means my God, then why are they calling Elijah God? I hate these people. And immediately, one of them ran, taking a sponge. He filled it with sour wine and put it on Reed and gave him a drink. But the rest of him says, let's see whether Elijah will come to save him. Yeah, but he wasn't even talking about Elijah. Why do they keep calling God Elijah? Because that's not God's name. God's name is jealousy. It's definitely not Elijah. We learned God's name in Exodus. But okay. And Jesus cried out again with a loud voice and yielded up his spirit. And behold, the veil of the temple was torn in two from top to bottom, and the earth shook, and the rocks were split, and the tombs were opened, and many bodies of the saints who aren't a real thing, but anyways, who had fallen asleep were raised. And coming out of the tombs after his resurrection, they entered the holy city and appeared to many. Now, the centurion and those who were with him, keeping guard over Jesus, when they saw the earthquake, they were like, oh my God, this guy was God. Man, we done fucked up. And many women who were there looking on from a distance, who had followed Jesus from Galilee, ministering to him. Among was Mary Magdalene, Mary, the mother of James and Joseph. Those are Jesus's brothers. So they don't even call Jesus his mom, because Jesus was like, that's not my mom. My mom is these other guys' mom. I don't know that lady. That's not my purse. You know what I mean? And they name her the mother of his brothers. And the mother of the sons of Zebedee, which are the sons of thunder, which are the other James and John. And when it was evening, there came a rich man from Arimathea named Joe, who himself had also become a disciple. This man went to Pilate and asked for the body of Jesus. Then Pilate was like, okay. And Joe took the body and wrapped it in a clean linen cloth and laid it on his own new tomb, which he had hewn out of the rock, and rolled a large stone against it. And the entrance of the tomb went away. Oh, he rolled a rock over it and left. And Mary Magdalene was there, and the other Mary sitting opposite the grave. The other Mary. They just, Matthew, or whoever wrote Matthew, will not call Jesus or Mary Jesus' mom, because Jesus, like, I don't know her. Now, on the next day, which is the one after the preparation, so this, it would be the Sabbath. So, Jesus died the 17th. He's chilling on the 18th. So, 17th, and he's chilling on the 18th. He died on the 17th, chilled 18th, which is a Sabbath. And he chilled the other day, the 19th, and then woke up on the 20th. So 420 is Resurrection Day. It's a great day for zombies and shit. Anyway. Yeah, it's 3 days later. So he died on the 17th, chilled on the 18th and the 19th, and woke up on the 20th. It's absolutely right. Yay. We're so good. We are so smart. Okay. Okay. On the next day, which is the one after the preparation, the chief priests and the Pharisees gathered together with Pilate and said, Sir, we remember when he was alive that he said, after 3 days, I am going to rise again. Also, I don't think that's what he said. Therefore, give orders for the grave to be made secure until the 3rd day, lest his disciples steal him and say to the people, he has risen from the dead. Yes, like they're going to do that. That's a thing. And the last deception will be worse than the first. And Pilate was like, you go do that shit, man. And they went and made the grave secure. And along with the guard, they set a seal on the stone. Okay, that's the end of that chapter. Now we're getting to naked zombies. So, what do you guys think? So Jesus arose on 420, okay? Which would have been, okay, anyway, I don't care. Okay. Okay, I do care, but I don't care. Okay. Now let's hear about naked zombie Jesus. Now, after the Sabbath, as it began to dawn towards the first day of the week, Mary Magdalene and the other Mary came to look at the grave. And behold, a severe earthquake occurred, for an angel of the Lord descended from heaven and came and rolled away the stone and sat on it. And his appearance was like lightning, and his garment as white as snow. And the guards shook for fear of them and became like dead men. And the angel answered and said to the women, Do not be afraid. I know looking for Jesus, who was deleted from his own dad's YouTube. He's not here. He's already got up. He said, "Come and see the place where he was lying, and go quickly and tell his disciples that he has risen from the dead. And behold, he is going before you into Galilee. There you will see him. Behold, I have told you." And they departed quickly from the tomb with fear and great joy. Mostly fear because Jesus was running around naked. He was all bloody and naked and shit. So they ran away to go tell the disciples. And behold, Jesus met and greeted them. And they came and took hold of his feet and worshipped him. And then Jesus said, "Man, what are you doing? Go and take word to my brothers to leave for Galilee, and they shall see me." Now, while they were on their way, behold, some of the guard came into the city and reported all that had happened. And when they had assembled with the elders, they counseled together and gave a large sum of money to the soldiers and said, "You are to say, his disciples came by night and stole him away while they were asleep." And a lot of Jews believe that. They're called Orthodox. They do not believe that Jesus was real. They think that he was not real, right? They don't believe in Jesus. "And if this should come to the governor's ears, we will win him over and keep you out of trouble." And they took the money and did as they had been instructed. And this story was widely spread among those Judean, and to this day. But even his disciples proceeded to Galilee, to the mountain which Jesus had designated. And when they saw him, they worshipped him, but some were doubtful. And Jesus said, "All authority has been given to me in heaven and on earth, because I'm God the Third. Go, therefore, and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, teaching them to observe all I have commanded you. And lo, I am with you to the end of the age." Man, we're done with that book.